The Houston Rockets lost Game 7 to the Golden State Warriors. So now we move into this both fun yet dreadful part where everyone who has an opinion on the NBA is going to speculate about what the Houston Rockets are going to do in the offseason. I don't know what they're going to do, but I know what they should do. Okay. Obviously, they just had an outstanding season, posted the second best record in the Western Conference in what has been a very tough Western Conference this season. And I think a lot of people are going to call for them to make a big time trade so they can become a legitimate contender. As of right now, we know that Kevin Durant's going to be available, and there is potential for Giannis Antetokounmpo to also become available. The Rockets should not make a trade for Kevin Durant, but they should absolutely make a trade for Giannis. I love Kevin Durant. He's probably my second favorite basketball player ever behind Dirk Nowitzki. Love that dude. But if you're the Rockets, you simply cannot mortgage your future for a 36-year-old who's torn his Achilles before. Okay, Kevin Durant is an amazing player. He had a very successful individual season this year. The issue is I'm just not convinced that he's going to be enough for the Rockets to be the best team in the Western Conference next year and to be able to win the whole thing. You still have to beat the Oklahoma City Thunder at some point if you're going to come out of the West. And then you probably have to beat Boston, even though they're probably going to lose a lot of their pieces. And I just don't think that adding Kevin Durant puts the Rockets on a level even with or above the Oklahoma City Thunder. Especially if you're taking away potentially Amen Thompson or Alperen Sengun or Tari Eason or Dylan Brooks or, Jabari Smith Jr. or Fred VanVleet, because you're going to have to give up one of those guys and picks in order to bring Kevin Durant back in. And if you lose one of those really important guys who, just pushed a good Golden State Warriors team to 7 and you replace him with Kevin Durant, obviously you're going to be better because you have Kevin Durant. But are you going to be better than Oklahoma City? I don't think that's the case. I also don't think that the Rockets would want to mortgage their future for a 36-year-old when you still have young players on your roster that are developing. Like Amen Thompson could turn into a legitimate number one option this offseason. Like say he comes back and he's shooting 37% from three, and he's got so much to his game, and he's everyone's favorite young player in the league right now, it seems like. But like there's a lot of room for him to grow. Jalen Green wasn't very good against the Warriors. There's a lot of room for him to grow as well. So they're still developing guys. And I just don't know if you want to put it all on hold to bring in Kevin Durant when I don't even think it's for sure going to make them the best team in their conference. Now, Giannis, you bring him in, you're probably the best team in your conference, even if you lose an Amen Thompson, because the reason why the Rockets were so awesome this year was clearly because of their defense. 36, going to be 37-year-old Kevin Durant next year isn't boosting your defensive profile. Obviously, Giannis does that. He allows the Rockets to maintain this defensive prowess that they've shown all season. But the biggest reason why you make the trade for Giannis and not Kevin Durant is because Giannis is 30. All of those years where you don't have your first round pick, you are going to be good just because you have Giannis. Whereas Kevin Durant, he's going to show up, he's going to play for your team for 2 or 3 years, and then he's going to leave. And at that point, you aren't guaranteed to be great all of those years that, the Suns have your first round pick. That's why you make the trade for Giannis, because you know that all those years when you don't have a first round pick, you're still going to be really good. Okay, so then you're not hating yourself for making that trade, unless, of course, Giannis gets hurt or something like that. But assuming everyone stays healthy, make the trade for Giannis. Okay, he makes your team better. Like you could argue that they would be better than Oklahoma City if that trade went through. I don't think you can make that argument with Kevin Durant, and the dude's 30. He's going to be there for the long haul. So when the Bucks have your first round pick, they're picking 27th as opposed to, 5th in 4 years when Kevin Durant is retired. So if I'm the Rockets, I'm not trading for Kevin Durant, but I'm absolutely making that trade for Giannis.